Ma never na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Mobi Barakwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Say any your first time and are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell also. Like Jumadina na share ma afo front so ensa and kabi. When a leader fails to solve problems confronting his people, the leader becomes a problem. Now Uganda Navy Ede and Sembi Atuja. I don't know whether he's an activist or he is a military man. Name Odini Juma ewo social media. Na ode Ensembi Atuja I'm a person become home. Ekuti Ensema or the Oka. PENDREAM TV war another platform I friend PENDREAM forum. Ehono yaje wajwenjere on trending issues and also matters arising in Ghana. Either video or audio. Enti ubetima sende wo message no through number ya eda o screen so no yebe publish ama amansan so ate wonka. Number ne 0277 128 777. Maminsi number na subiem. Number ne 0277 128 777.
We are going to get the freedom. The militaries, they have the power. If the leader is not ready, the presidents, we are seeing them, they are always bringing us back, taking Africa back. If the soldiers are ready for Africa to be liberated, we will be liberated. If you check Mali, the soldier took over. Burkina soldier took over. Guinea soldier took over. Niger soldier is taking over. So all these countries that are liberating themselves today, their soldiers wake up. And I'm even begging to Gambian soldiers should also wake up. Senegal soldiers, Ghanaian soldiers. If the Akufo-Addo is not ready to work, kick him out. Soldiers of Ghana, kick him out. This general army, the army general of Ghana, kick Akufo-Addo out if he is not ready to liberate Ghana. Ghana have resources that can benefit Ghana. America, how many American businesses do we have in Ghana? How many American companies, American businesses do we have in Ghana? If America is ready to put sanctions on Ghana, Ghana also can put sanctions on American businesses. So if you, the Ghanaian soldiers, are seeing that Akufo-Addo is not ready to comply as Africa, take him out, as Mali did. Nigeria, the same thing. You have Bola Tinubu, who is an old man who is not even. Sometimes I wonder why. Is this a cost on Africa to always vote for old peoples who cannot even speak properly? Is this a cost on us? Do you know when someone is old, his brain look like a child? We don't know this. If you came to Europe here when you have 60 years, you can never be a leader in Europe. They will park you aside. Yeah, when you have 60 years, and Bola Tinubu is older than 60 years. Bola Tinubu is now going to 80 years, if he didn't even have 80 years. How can Bola Tinubu rule that Nigeria? How do you expect Bola Tinubu is not even active, someone who cannot even walk properly, cannot speak properly? His brain is now not even thinking like a man. His brain is thinking like a child. He has a child brain right now. How do you expect? When I watch Bola Tinubu, sometimes I pity Nigeria. I say, no. Is this true that this man is the president? Sometimes I drag with my brain that no, this man is not the president of Nigeria. Maybe it's just a news. It's just a fake news. But I don't believe this man is still the president of Nigeria. When you remove Buhari, who is old, who cannot even do nothing for himself, you go and put a man who is more older than Muhammad Buhari. And that made me pity. Do you think Bola Tinubu will make Nigeria to be free? It's not possible. Nigerian militaries, plan. Do something. You are the people who we are waiting for. Come on. You are the people who Nigeria have been suffering for so long in the hand of West. They have been pressing the neck of Nigeria. For Nigeria never to have a fresh air to breathe. It's a big pity. If the leader, come on, this leader is not a leader. I would not even say if the leader is not ready to comply, because Bola Tinubu can never comply. Nigeria didn't vote for Tinubu. I know, my brother. I know. But I'm speaking to Nigerian soldiers. How many Nigerian soldiers are dying in the hand of terrorists, in the hand of kidnappers? The kidnappers and the terrorists, they have more weapons than Nigerian soldiers. They have more dangerous weapons than Nigerian soldiers. Trust me. How many Nigerian soldiers are dying in that bush? Sometimes I was watching so many videos about Nigerian soldiers in conflict with a terrorist group. A terrorist group was killing more Nigerian soldiers. So Nigerian soldiers, you are losing your soul for no reason, and you can never win against those terrorist groups. Because those terrorist groups have been sponsored by the West with the most dangerous weapons that you people never seen in your life. You can never fight against the terrorist group. You are just killing yourself. Stop fighting against the terrorists. Fight against the leader that is there. Bring him down. Let military man rule Nigeria. A young man, a young military general to rule Nigeria right now, and let's take Nigeria to next level like Mali, like Burkina, like South Africa, like Malawi, like Niger. We need military generals to become the leader right now in Africa, since these old cargoes are not ready to comply with the African citizens. The militaries, we understand the language of militaries, and they understand the language of freedom. A military leader is never a coward and is never afraid to fight for his people when a military becomes a leader. When a military man becomes a leader, a military general, is never afraid to fight for his people. They have been trained to kill. They have been trained to fight. So they are not afraid of West. They tell the West the truth. That's why the Gambian former president, when they go out, they go and put a woman as a Gambian president. A woman. How can you vote for a woman in Gambia as a president and remove a military man as a president? When Gambia remove a military man as a president and put a woman as a president, and they want Gambia to go forward. Gambians are complaining. We are tired, we are tired. Who make you tired? You make yourself tired because you remove a man from leadership and put a woman there, a coward, as a leader of Gambia. And you expect Gambia to go forward. For what reason? When a man who is speaking, you even think like he's a woman. You go and put him as a leader. He is now working with the West to sell all Gambian resources and to even sell you the Gambians. How many Gambians have been deported? Still they are deporting you the Gambians. You can't even do nothing about that. You vote for him. You the Gambians wanted your life to be like that. You wanted your life to be like that. When you remove a military as a leader, you remove him, kick him out, because the West was telling you, your president is a dictator, your president is a terrorist, your president is a killer. And when the West was paying some fake journalists, some prostitute journalists in Gambia. All those journalists who were sitting in America making radio stations telling Gambians that the president raped me, the president do this, prostitute journalists. The West was paying them. America was paying them. Those journalists to destroy the name of the Gambian president. Because they know he is not ready to comply with them. He is not ready to be a slave. He is not ready to make Gambia a slave country. He is not ready to accept any terrorist group in Gambia. Now they have to pay some Gambian journalists who run away to go and sit in America. America was giving those journalists a visa free to go to America. When they run and go to America, America was paying them to confuse Gambians. So all Gambians started to hate the president, saying that our president is not good. He's a killer. We don't want you. We don't want you. Now you take him out. You take a military out. The only one you can bring is a woman to become a president in the Gambia. And you expect Gambia to grow. Where? Where will Gambia go? When a woman is ruling Gambia, where will Gambia go? As they put that woman to rule Gambia, the woman have given Gambia to Lebanese, to Europeans. He was selling land, Gambian land. He was a land seller. Gambians make a land seller as a president. He was selling Gambian lands, better land. The most important lands in the Gambia, he was selling it to Lebanese people. He was selling it to Europeans, the British. He was selling the better land of Gambia to them. He is selling even Gambians right now. A land seller, you make him a president. But the fact is, that man cannot rule that country. Because we don't need coward to become a leader in Gambia. We don't need those who want to remain in slavery to become a president, even in Africa. We don't need it. And if Gambians now are complaining, sometimes I sit and watch. Why are Gambians complaining? When they vote for this man, When they put this man in power, I will not even call him a man. When they put this woman in power, a coward who is afraid, when they put him in power, they told him that you are going to be there for 3 years. Then after that 3 years, you are going to come down and Gambians are going to vote to choose a leader, to choose one political party to rule them. This man say okay, and this man sign all the documents that 3 years he have to come down and Gambians have to go and vote which political party they want. After 3 years, they tell this man to come down. This man says he is not coming down. He is going to complete the 5 years. And after that, they can do election. If anybody win, can become the leader. Before that 2 years will complete, to come to 5 years, this man have already formed his own political party. Started bribing people around. Started buying cars. Do you know that the Gambian president was using almost, how many billion? I think it was like 6 billion. 6 billion US dollar. $6 billion, Abi? $6 billion just to buy cars for ministers. When Gambians are suffering there, in the Gambia, when he is still deporting Gambians from Europe and take them to Gambia, this man took 6 billion to buy only cars for ministers, to bribe honorables in the Gambia. To bribe the parliament members. That's why a lot of the Gambian parliament members are keeping quiet on their old asses in that office. They couldn't speak for Gambia because you are eating the money from the president. You are collecting bribe from president. How can you speak for the Gambians? Not like the Gambian parliament workers, they didn't know what Gambians want. They know what Gambians want. They know how to work for Gambians. But because they were becoming a collector of bribe from the president, and they are afraid to speak the truth. They are never going to say something that the president will not want to hear. They always say things that the president want to hear. Last time when I watched a woman who was a parliament member in Gambia, who was complaining that they increased her own salary. He's a parliament member. He was very truthful. She was very truthful. I appreciate her. May God bless her. I don't know the woman's name, but she is a parliament member. She was complaining that, why do the president have to increase my salary to 1 million? If I have people in my society who are suffering, I don't need the money. This is what she was saying. She said, I don't need the president to increase my salary to 1 million. 1 million. When my society is suffering, I don't need it. Don't pay me for that money. She was complaining so bitterly. She said she is not going to be in the parliament anymore because she don't need that money. Look how truthful she was. She was so truthful. I watched the video of that woman. I feel like to cry. I feel like to cry when there are men with their bungalows sitting there. They couldn't speak like that. A woman became a man to feel her own peoples. To feel the sovereign son of Gambia says, the president, you don't have to pay me $1 million because it's too much when my society I came from, they are suffering. I don't need the money. The poor masses need the money. They pay taxes. They need the money, not me. A woman. There are many parliament members who are men. They are sitting there on their asses. They don't appreciate the woman speaking out that word. The woman was speaking so many secrets that are in the parliament. Says they are not necessary. How can you pay ministers 1 million when the society they come from, those people are suffering? When the people who are paying taxes, they are suffering. How can you use 6 billion to buy just only car for the honorable members in the parliament? Why? When the people who are paying those taxes are suffering. The woman was complaining. And men are in the parliament, they can never speak for Gambia like that. What are the use of those you the Gambians men in the parliament? You were all feeling the same way. As I was watching the video, you were all keeping your head like this. You don't even want the camera to show your face. You don't want to show your face because you feel the same that where you should stand, a woman wake up and stand in that place as a man. All you, the Gambian parliament workers, the only thing you know how to do is to just squanderize our money, and at the end of the day, when they give you that 1 million salary, you go to the hotel and started sleeping with young girls in the Gambia. The Gambian parliament workers, they are men, the only thing they know how to do is to collect money and share our money among each other and go and sleep with girls on the hotel. They know how to rent a hotel. The only thing that Gambian parliament workers know how to do is to go and rent hotel. The president is aware that his parliament workers are renting hotel for girls. The president is aware. You think the president is not aware? The Gambian president is aware. The Gambian president is aware that my MPs, when I share money with them, they go to the hotel and take underage children and go and disvirgin them on the hotel. The Gambian president is aware. That's why he's not speaking. The Gambian president, no? Because the advisor to the Gambian president have been sleeping with people's wives until his bungalow come out. That was Dusanu, whose sex audio come out. Dusanu. The advisor to the president, the advisor to the Gambian president, who should advise the president to do good, is now sleeping with people's wives. How do you expect the person who should advise me is now sleeping with people's wives? What will you think I will do? If that is the person who is sleeping with people's wives should be the one to advise me, then how do you think, what will he advise me to do? Hey, Mr. President, sleep with women, so don't worry. If I am the president of Gambia and my advisor is sleeping with people's wives around, then how do you think that advisor will advise me? He will just advise me, Mr. President, let's share this money. Forget about the country citizens. Let's share this money. We can go to some hotel. I have rented some hotel. We can go there. And do you think if that man was doing that for me, and later that man's sex audio come out, do you think I will sack him? I will be afraid to sack the advisor, because if I sack him, he may expose me, whatever he was doing for me. The woman he was bringing for me, he may expose me, so I will not sack him. So that's why all the ministers that their bungalows videos came out in Gambia, all the ministers, the president refused to sack them. We know it, Mr. President, don't worry. You know, you can silence some Gambians, but people like PENDREAM, you can never silence us. No matter what you do, the only thing you could do when I came to Gambia, lock me up. And I don't care about that. That is something that I'm not worried about, that, to be locked up by you. Because I know that's the only thing the West will ask you to do. They will tell you that that young boy is PENDREAM is fighting for Africa, and we don't want, he's from your country. If you don't want us to ban you from our country, arrest him when he came to the country. So arrest me. I know it will happen one day. The West will allow you to arrest me because I'm fighting for Africa. So they will threaten you with a visa, that you will never come to Europe if you don't arrest me. So you will arrest me one day because you need money from them. So arrest me and go and collect the money and eat it. But remember this, that whatever I said about you, I'm never regretting to say it about you, Mr. President, Gambian President. Remember it, that locking me up can never retrieve me from my freedom fighting. Remember this, that the only thing that could stop me is when you slaughter me. Gambian President, remember that. And remember this, that when you lock me up, that year will be the end of your leadership. I'm not joking, and I'm not promoting myself. I'm not God, and I'm not angel. I know I'm just a human being like every other human being out there. But Mr. President, remember it. If you lock me up any year, that year will be the end of your leadership. I'm not telling you because I don't want you to arrest me. If you want to arrest me, I will come to Gambia always. So if I come there again, arrest me. No problem. I'm not worried. But the truth is, you are not capable to rule that country. And even in front of you, I will repeat the same thing. That, Mr. President, you are not capable to rule this country. You don't have the capability. You don't have the mind to take the responsibility of that country. You are just afraid, and you are just a man who is a coward, never ready to speak out the truth because you are too greedy. And I can say all these things in front of you. If you will kill me for saying the truth. No problem. But I can repeat whatever I say on media about you. I can repeat it in front of you. If I will be slaughtered by you, let me be slaughtered. I am wondering why I have been speaking with so many Gambian military men. What are they waiting for? Why they don't bring you down for a very long time? And I'm not afraid to say this. If I will be arrested because of this, let me be arrested. But I will want what happened in Mali, what happened in Burkina, what happened in Niger to happen in Gambia. Let the militaries take over. We were having a military leader, Yaya Jammeh, who was very good, a great leader. We want the same leader like Yaya Jammeh, not a coward, not a woman like this. Gambians will complain. Gambians are afraid to fight for themselves. Gambians are afraid to speak for themselves. Gambians are afraid to go to prison. Gambians are afraid to die. That's why they are afraid to speak for themselves. They are afraid to even fight for their own right. Their own right. They all know it's their right to complain. They will not even complain because they are afraid not to go to prison. Gambians will go and vote for you again because they all want 1 gallon of oil. After when the election is at the corner, the president will start telling you stories, how he climbed up a 3-story building, how he climbed up a helicopter, how he was moving in Europe, how he was changing boats, how many jobs do we have in Europe, stories. He just tells Gambian stories and they vote for him. To brainwash Gambians is very cheap. The president of Gambia brainwashed Gambians with story. I climb up a tree 500 meters. I will put internet in your garden. You will sit in your house and take your phone and water your garden while sitting in your house. Why? The president, I never see a president going on in a campaign, the Gambian president, and saying that, look, we want to make this project or we want to do this. No. The only thing he can say to Gambians is, hey, somebody was talking about me. Leave him. He's a political leader. He was talking about me. He knows how to reply political party leaders. But he don't know how to speak to Gambians, to solve Gambians' problem. When Gambia was having a problem with Senegal soldiers coming into Gambia and firing arms in Gambia, Gambians complained. The president never come out and address it. Gambians were dying. Thieves, armed robbers were in Gambia. Gambians were complaining. The president never came out.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.